Let's go. Let's go. We got big surprise. It's conflict in the Middle East. Who'd have thought? We're going to show y'all how to make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? We'll show you how to make money off the conflict in the Middle East. Show you how to build how to get in better shape, how to perform better. This is victory talk. We talk about how to grow your money, muscle, and mindset. Let's start the show. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Victory Talk Podcast. You know what it is. You know what it is, man. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, BBC, King Keto, the King of Ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, the Southside Savior. And I'm joined by, I'm not alone, I'm joined by someone who can give us a lot of insight on this, on what's going on in the world. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The homie Nima, the producer slash co-host Nima, straight out of Iran. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Who would have
Yeah. You was way ahead of it. You got out before Trump said to evacuate. You know what I'm saying? You got out way before that. Not only that, I'm also joined by Novia. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend, she's gonna be, monitoring the chat, making sure don't nobody get out of line, kicking them out if they talk crazy, and she's gonna be reading your super chats, right? So all your super chats, she's gonna read them. You know, it's going to be lit. Listen, man, we got a lot we want to cover today, man. I don't know if y'all noticed, man, but there was a war. There's been some Middle Eastern conflict. It's getting crazy out here. And hold up. Yeah. It's crazy. You know. So, but before we get into that, man, I was just live on TikTok. I was live on TikTok and Instagram. I got two phones. I got live. I was live while I was doing my cardio, and somebody asked me, "Man, yo, Brandon, how you deal with heartbreak?" You know what I'm saying? How you deal with heartbreak? And I was like, "Oh man, I'm just like a real nigga." Y'all need to be focused on getting money. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on getting money. Everything works itself out if you get money. I'm not saying shit can't go wrong, but if you get money, things seem to just work out, like straight up. Like some of y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all to make money off this conflict, but if you ain't got no cash, you won't be able to even take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Like getting money will solve almost all your problems. I know it sounds shallow, but it's real. It's real. Like Nima, you from Iran. Mm-hmm. How worried are the rich people about what's going on? What are they doing in Iran? How they handling this, man? The rich
people in Iran, you mean?
Yeah.
So there are two parts. There are the ones that are connected to the government. Yeah. So they're having a blast, traveling, enjoying. It's like
they're not even there. Did they leave or what?
No, they're there, but they have their villas. They go to like
they're not next to where they're going to get bombed.
Yeah. And the other rich people that are not connected to the government, they have the means again to just travel to go to safer cities and just save their families. They typically have multiple houses. Bro. So that's typically.
Man, now, listen, I don't know how you come up in that kind of country if you ain't got money, but I'm assuming you guys are watching this from a first world country. I'm gonna make that assumption. Yo, man, listen, you can come up, and if you get money, Like I'm telling you, there's people making, we're going to get into it today, but there's people making a lot of money off this conflict. In fact, money might be the cause of this conflict as well. I don't know. Nima, why is you from Iran? Before I get into it, why don't you tell me, man? Why y'all hate Israel so much?
I mean, people love each other. It's just the government.
It's the governments, man. It ain't the people.
Yeah,
it's the governments. It's the regime. You know what I'm saying? It's the regime. I got a lot of Jewish friends, and I got, you know what I'm saying? I got an Iranian right here. You know what I'm saying? And I love all people, man. But the governments, they making some money. We gonna get into it. All right. So, matter of fact, let's talk about it. How can we make some money? Oh, before we do that, my fault. We got sponsors for the show. We got sponsors. So the first sponsor is me. I'm sponsoring this episode. I'm doing a live training tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I show you how to grow your online fitness business, even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you're not certified. Even if you don't have a big following, I'm going to show you how you can grow your following, get clients online, right? And how you can train them so they get great results. I'm going to give you the whole breakdown of how to grow your online fitness business from start to finish. Because that's how I did it. That's how I made my money. That's how I first made my first million. I've helped about 15,000 students over the last few years actually grow their online fitness business too. A lot of them, y'all know a lot of them. FitX, Austin Dunham, Corey Armstrong, y'all know a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? And I helped them grow their online fitness business, and thousands of others. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it as well. It's the first link in the description. Make sure you register now. Here's the thing though. It's like, we did this before and it was too many people in there, so we have to cap how many people we can let in because the servers crashed, right? So you want to get in now. There's still room there. Get in now before it gets filled up, because it's probably gonna get filled up. All right, click the first link in the description. All right. Also sponsored by Thought Repellent. This is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. All right. Now here's the thing, guys. This was developed by Iranian scientists. You may have heard, man, they got the bomb. Their shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? It's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thoughts, sluts, hoes, skanks, skeezers, Jezebels, scallywags, hood rats, right? But good women, they'll smell this and be like, damn, what's that aroma? What's that fragrance? You smell tremendous. What is that? I'm like, baby, that's thought repellent. But if a thought tried to get next to you, some skeezer, some chick who been sucking dick that morning, you know what I'm saying? Like she tried to come, she won't even be able to get next to you, right? Because it can detect the DNA of a thought and it repel her, right? Now we wanted to have this out by summer, but we didn't get enough super chats. Yeah. So it didn't come out. And we had to let go of some of the Iranian scientists. You see, they've been busy doing other shit. So if you care about world peace, you're gonna leave a super chat so we can put these scientists back to good work and stop all that bullshit they working on. They've been working on. All right, all your super chats go to development of thought repellent. We're really our main plan is to have this out by back to school season, right? And we'll see what happens, man. All right, let's get it. Hey, look, guys, let's talk about how to make money off the Israeli. After Israeli and Iran conflict. Big surprise. There's conflict in the Middle East. Who'd have thought that this region of the world would have some conflict? Much to my surprise, they're bombing each other now. They're bombing each other again. So Iran and Israel have been exchanging missiles over the weekend, and shit's been getting real hectic between the two governments. And I don't want to talk about who's right or wrong, or who's a Zionist and who's not, or even take a side. I just want to talk about how we can make some money off of this conflict, because it's getting intense. And here's the thing, man: a lot of those missiles were paid for by American tax dollars. Yeah. Yeah. So we're involved in this shit. But his thing is, man, the homie Trump, man, it's almost like he wants to get involved in this shit. So how do I get rid of this shit? I probably don't. All right, whatever. Trump wrote command what?
Minus.
Command?
With minus.
You mean control?
Yeah.
Okay.
With minus, it's going to.
Man, this shit ain't working. Oh shit. Hold up. So sorry guys, I don't know how to use this shit. Whatever. Fuck it. It's not that important. Trump says, yo, he wrote today, we have now complete control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived and manufactured stuff. This motherfucker stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. The fuck, man? The fuck is, man? I don't want no parts of this shit, Donald. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, then he's over here talking. He's saying, yo, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but it's safe there. We're not going to take him out, kill, at least not now. But we don't want missile shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The fuck is this? Yo, man, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. But, you know, he's talking that tough talk. And then he says he wants unconditional surrender to Iran. All right. So it sounds like Trump ain't really trying to keep the peace. So how do we make some money off of this? Well, there's a few stocks that I recommend investing in, because it doesn't seem like the conflict is going to die down anytime soon. Nima, you from Iran? How many years y'all been doing this shit, man? Your whole life, right?
Since my whole life, for sure. Yeah. Since the revolution.
What year? How long ago was that?
It's been over 40 years.
Like 40 years.
Easy.
Yeah, this shit ain't about to stop, man. And then we ain't never had a fucking president tweeting about shooting the supreme leader. That's the motherfucking charge.
Yeah.
We never had a president tweeting about assassinating a world leader. I ain't never seen that shit before. Not in my life. Not until now. Hey, man, like I said, Donald gonna keep it interesting. So there's a few stocks I'm recommending. All right, we're gonna have Young Candlestick on here soon to get. So first of all, I'm thinking Lockheed Martin, right? So they make the F-35 jets, and they make other missile systems. Let me pull up the chart. Let me show you what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Lockheed Martin. Let me see. Yeah, you can share my screen. So look at the chart. It's actually at a good, like if I was just looking at this chart, I'd probably be like, yeah, it's probably relatively bullish. This is the weekly chart, right? It's relatively bullish, right? Now's a good time to buy Lockheed Martin. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I feel like because if we go to war, that's a good stock to own. Watch it get crazy, and it's not far from all-time highs. It was at all-time highs, maybe like towards the end of last year, around the election. And there's also a lot of like senators and congressmen have been buying them, right? So they might know something you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Lockheed Martin. What else we gonna get, man? I'm looking at another joint. This is North. I don't know how to say this shit. Ticker symbol NOC. Let me bring that up on the chart. Oh, we got Young Candlestick here. I'm bringing him in a second. 1 second. NOC. This is Northrop Gooey Mine, right? But look at their chart. You know, they were at all-time highs not long ago. But I'm liking the looks of that chart. Well, I like the fundamentals, the kind of shit they own. What these motherfuckers make, man? They make stealth tech and missile defense. All right, missile defense. I also like another one of my picks, because here's the thing. There's been a lot of we see the missiles, but they're also doing cyber shit. And one of my favorite cybersecurity stocks is I'm rolling with CrowdStrike. Wouldn't you know it? They hit all-time highs today at the time of this recording. All-time highs, right? CrowdStrike. And we've called out CrowdStrike before. And this, you know, it's a good one. Now let's look into what some of the senators are buying. We're gonna bring Young Candlestick in a minute, right? But there's been some senators buying up some shit, some senators and congressmen, right? So we got Senator, how do you say this name? Mark Wayne Mullen, Republican from Oklahoma. He bought a bunch of L3 Harris technology. This is LHX, right before conflict got crazy. Let me pull up this chart. Let me show you what the fuck we talking about over here. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Not too far from his all-time highs, but it's up right now, man. It's up right now. This is a senator buying this. Senators know what's up, man. Senators can trade, right? And then we got another senator, Gilbert. How you say this name? The homie Gilbert Cisneros. He's a Republican. He's a Democrat from California. He bought a bunch of that shit too, right? So I'm really fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring in Young Candlestick with the market recap. He can break down some more of the shit he think we should buy. What up, Greg? What's popping, man?
What's up, Brandon? You're doing a great job.
What else you got, man? I had some more, but I saw you waiting. I know you had to jump in early today because you got to do some shit at 8.
Definitely. Yeah. So the main theme that we're going to be discussing today is how to profit from war, right? Always got to be opportunistic. And Brandon, you brought up some good names like Lockheed Martin.
Martin,
yeah. Lockheed Martin, jet fighter, missile defense. Look for a breakout potentially over like 490. You know, if it starts to break out on volume, it could do well. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is art class, right? This is art class. I'm just drawing. You did bring up NOC. That's totally fine. An easier way potentially could be just the ITA.
I was thinking that too. ITA, right? Tell me what that is.
Defense ETF. There's also RTX. This is also hitting daily highs, so that has a lot of relative strength. One of the
What's RTX?
RTX, It's basically just Raytheon. It's basically missile defense.
Okay.
Yeah, more missile defense. So basically, you know, if it comes to these former breakout areas, or just if the war escalates, then these stocks can potentially do well. Okay. So RTX, I like that one, but you kind of have to just be picky with your buys, because sometimes things can get priced in right away. And so you kind of have to look for the stocks that still have margin for profit. Not all these are just like wake up and buy it tomorrow morning. Okay. Another one, you know, precious metals tend to do well. Gold and silver tend to be used in the manufacturing process for a lot of these war weapons, you know? So if there's more demand for gold, the prices of gold can go higher. Gold does look bullish. The thing is like, if we were really going to be going to war, I feel like it should be breaking out right now. Now, it can break out later, and I am bullish on gold and silver longer term, but just be careful. Just be patient with those entries. Silver has been a leader. I wouldn't shut the hell up about silver for the past few months.
Yeah, and you wouldn't stop talking about it for like months.
I know, silver. I was bugging everybody, and it wasn't going anywhere for months, but then it eventually broke out. So gold and silver doing well. Oil prices can get affected because the supply chain tends to get all muddled up during war. So oil prices, they can tend to spike, and that transfers into energy prices. So this is XLE, the energy sector. You know, we like stocks like ET. Another good one is going to be Oxy. Buffett backs up Oxy. So this is Occidental Petroleum. You know, the charts look okay. It's one of those things where it's going to be very sensitive to war. It's not going to be following as much technical analysis as it normally does. But my favorite way to profit from this, I think you brought it up earlier, Brandon. It's CrowdStrike. That's my top pick. CrowdStrike, all-time highs today, breaking out. You know, even if this could come back to like 485 area, I think I like this for short-term trades and longer-term trades. You can trade options on them. Another one is the Hack ETF. This is the cybersecurity ETF. So you get a basket of cybersecurity stocks in that one. Even if there wasn't war breaking out, I still kind of like this ETF, the Hack ETF. CIBR. That's another one. It's just basically the same as Hack. And then also PanW. So Nancy Pelosi's long on this. This is starting to break out. So I like that one. PanW. Nancy Pelosi's long on it. So cybersecurity is my favorite way to potentially profit from the war.
I like that. What about now? I wanted to ask you about this ticker symbol DFEN. Yep. And this is 3X is 3X leverage ETF for the aerospace defense.
Yeah. So basically this is just going to be the triple levered version of ITA. Okay. So you can just trade the base ETF ITA, and you can trade like options and stuff on that. The bid ask spreads are a little bit wide, but DFEN, if you're willing to maybe hold it for a couple of days or weeks, this could potentially be wheeled. But yeah, you could totally do that. It's a simple way to just get, you know, your shares working for you. So yeah, DFEN long over 46.50, and you know, stop would be underneath like 43.81. See if you can't get a nice 13-20% pop out of that. Yeah.
I have some now there's a global Israeli, a global Israeli ETF.
Yep.
It's ISRL.
This is Israel's ETF, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
This looks like shit. No options. I mean, you can short it and maybe put your stop above 14. That's just a wild chart. I wouldn't touch that. Just because like you can't really make money off of it. You can buy right here and maybe it gets like a bounce, but there's just much better places for your money. But you can use it as like an indicator, like a chart to like see what's going down. Like if you see this starting to tank, you could see, oh man, Israel's about to explode.
Okay. Now, other cybersecurity, I want to ask you about Palo Alto, PANW.
Yeah, that's the one I was bringing up earlier. This is the one with the nice flag pattern. I like it. I'm bullish. a pairs trade could be, you could go like long Palo Alto, and then maybe you could short the S&P, because the S&P 500 itself, sometimes panic can drive a lot of stock prices lower as people sell stocks to kind of prep up their ammunition, food, and water. So that's,
what about
that's
like
pairs trade? Pan W long, SPY short.
You said XLE already, right?
Yep. XLE.
What about like individual oil stocks? Like I'm thinking Exxon, Chevron.
Oxy's my top pick. That's the one that's backed by Buffett. XOM. XOM looks good. It's just at resistance right now. So if it could come back to like 110, that could be better. Or if it could digest sideways, it will be just very news driven. So, if like an oil field gets like blown up, these oil stocks can go a lot higher because there's less supply of oil, and OPEC's going to want to control that supply chain. They want to keep their margins going. So what they'll do is they'll pump up the prices of oil. So,
I want to ask you about some other defense stocks. I know we said the ETF, but what do you think about RTX Corporation? Right. So Raytheon.
Yeah.
They make Patriot missiles and air defense. Did you already say them?
Yep. So this one, I like the relative strength on it. Like I love that it's making all-time highs. You got to note that, because it tells us like, hey, there's not like really any overhead resistance. All-time highs tends to continue to make all-time highs, and it's already gapping up after hours. So maybe, it gets tricky for like a swing trade, but there could be a potential like day trade on this. You just need to watch the volume on it. Otherwise, it's a little bit extended. What's nice about this is if it can pull back to this like 140 zone, that could be a potential area of support, because this was the flat top breakout that we broke out from. So if it revisits that, 140, you can buy right there, slap your stop loss right there, and then you can take profits into highs or new highs.
I want you to look at another one. Is GD. This is General Dynamics. They make submarines and combat vehicles.
This one looks a little bit better than NOC and LMT, just because it's starting to hold the upper end of the structure. So I do like it because, we've got these higher lows. We do have kind of like a hammer candle today. And so it's really just a buy over 282, stop goes underneath 277, And this really gets into when are stocks pricing in things already? Like how are these stocks actually having these news events priced in? Is it already priced in? A lot of people are thinking the same thing. I'm not saying short these or don't buy these. I'm just saying be aware of that. And any de-escalation can also crash these stocks. Any de-escalation in war. So just thinking about both sides of the trade. But I like GD better than NOC.
Okay.
Actually, NOC looks okay. LMT kind of looks just a little bit weak, but it's not too bad.
Okay. What about Boeing?
Yeah, Boeing hasn't done crap for a long period of time. Look at the Boeing monthly chart. So
they make a lot of the war jets.
Yep. Yeah. So Boeing, it's a really good trading stock. It's very liquid, but Boeing has this big ass monthly middle finger pattern. So back in 2017, Boeing broke out. Look at this flat top breakout, and then a lower high, and you kind of have like a head and shoulders. This is the middle finger pattern.
That's the F fuck you pattern.
Yeah, it's the fuck you pattern. It's
Go fuck yourself pattern. Yeah.
It's a good short pattern. It's a good short pattern. Boeing just looks so erratic. Like the price action's really just all over the place, and that ties in with the S&P 500. Boeing has a really good support area around this 187 level. Otherwise, I think it's risky to buy a breakout on it. And it really comes down to, what are your goals? Are you looking to day trade this, swing trade this, invest in this? That's something to.
What do you think about it? Like longer term, like because let's say you wanted to sell puts, right? Do you think you might get a sign, you might not, right? But you make the premium either way. But what if you get a sign? Like, are you holding a bag on this shit, or like what?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And at this point, I'd look at like, what's the fair value? So I'm just going to quick check what Morningstar has to say about Boeing. Morningstar is kind of my favorite. It's what I use to fundamentally analyze stocks when I was helping with the Hamlin Endowment Fund back in college. So Boeing's fair value is $242 per share. So yeah, if you do sell puts at 187, you're building yourself a really good margin for profit, 30% profit, and you get paid to buy the shares at a discount. I think Boeing stock can be wheeled. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can just take a look at some of the other competitors. You know, Lockheed Martin, fair value is $539 per share. Mark down these prices. You know, I think it'll be super helpful. So LMT, fair value, $539. NOC, fair value, $620. AIR, fair value, $165. Boeing, fair value, $242. So prices tend to gravitate towards their fair value. They obviously don't have to. It's just one indicator. Yep, it's just one indicator. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, right.
And Trump really likes Boeing, so you know maybe he can.
How you know that?
I believe he just said it on like a press conference. He's like, amazing company. You know, they're one of the largest. I had no idea how big they were. I'm like, okay, cool. Boeing stock was up like 5% the next day.
Yeah, he fucks with them. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I really like gold still, man.
Yeah. You know, I like gold longer term. I think the way to play gold is like doing something like selling bullish put credit spreads around this like 290 level and just do it for like the September expiration.
Oh, tell them what a put credit spread is.
Yeah, basically you just, it's a higher probability type of trade where your risk to reward isn't very good. So for example, you would risk something like $300 to make $100. Why the hell would I do that? Well, there's a very, very good chance that you're going to make the $100. Basically, what you're doing is saying, I think the stock price is going to close above this certain support level, in this case, 290. If it closes a penny above that level, you get the max profit. And it's really nice because you can kind of just set and forget it. It's a great way to swing trade. And it doesn't take a lot of capital. Like you'd only need about $300 in buying power to take that type of trade. But write down gold, bullish put credit spreads. And what's super nice about it too is maybe you can sell a few right here. And then if it drops, you can sell a little bit more. You can kind of build into the position. It's one of those few trades where it's kind of okay to average down on because as we know, as stocks get more and more oversold, they're more likely to bounce. So you've got what
would be your expiration date?
Yeah, let's construct it right here. So basically, I would just take a look at the option chain. And when we're selling options, I want to look for a wide expected move. So let's say let's say by like December 19th. Here we go. I think that gold is going to stay. You can even just say something like above $300 per share. If it makes new all-time highs, you just get the max profit. Boom, right here. You could sell the 300 put, buy the 295 put. What does this look like? Well, you're going to make your max profit is $167. Well, what's my risk? Well, my risk is $500. That's the width of the spread. $300 minus 295. That's 5. So $500 minus 167. So that's what? 333. So $333 is your max loss. But there's a much higher probability that you're going to get the $167 profit. Now you can do one of these, or you can do 10 of these. You can do 100 of them.
Yeah.
And you can also leg into it. So that's a higher probability type of trade that is likely to put money in your pocket. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. If gold dumps underneath 300 and stays underneath there by the end of December, then you will lose money. Okay.
All right. Yo, check this out. Yo, if you guys want to learn more about that, you can join Victory Trades. Go into Discord, hit our Discord, go in there, hit up Young Candlestick, say, yo, I want to join Victory Trades. And you can learn more about this stuff. You can get Greg's trade alerts straight to your phone, and you can trade with us every morning. So I trade futures every morning. If y'all watch me on my Instagram story, I made 19 grand this morning.
You crushed it.
Let's show them my iPad.
Yeah.
This is the screenshot of the motherfucking wins this morning. So what we do is I'm trading with prop firm, right? And I have 20 funded accounts, and I have like a copy trader. So when I trade on one account, it copies to all of them. We show people how to do this in Victory Trades, but you got some different fields, and this was my profit today, man. It's about 19 grand.
Congratulations.
Today. Yeah, man.
You just showed up this morning like, well, I'm done for the day. I had a bunch of buy orders that got filled and they hit the take profit. I'm like,
yo, shit happened so quick, bro. It just happened. It happened so quick. I had a bunch of buy orders stacked up, you know, with my strategy that I teach. Yep. And it hit all the buy orders, then zipped right up and hit all the take profits. And I was like, all right.
That's so satisfying.
Before the market even opened.
Yeah, you're done for the day. That's a good hourly rate. That's a good hourly rate.
It's not bad, man. It's good. It's like good. It's good work if you can get it. You got a super chat, Greg.
Oh, let's check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Leonardo's saying, yo, Young Candlestick, what's happening to SEDG and where is it going the next few months or years? That's a really good question. And SEDG is a solar stock. And right now, the solar sector, got dumped, likely due to legislative news. So you can take a look at a lot of solar stocks. FSLR getting its shit clapped, down 17.8%. You can take a look at Run stock hit resistance, dumps. So SEDG, by the way, this was posted as a short last year when SEDG was way back over here. This is kind of that middle finger pattern that we talked about. Left shoulder, head, kind of a right shoulder. It's saying
that's the fuck you pattern. Right?
Yes, fuck you pattern.
That's the go fuck yourself pattern.
Yep.
You know,
we traded leap puts on this with Victory Trades, and yeah, SEDG. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 0.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah! Boom! No, yeah, that's the explosion going to 0. So I would be bearish. It can bounce short term. It's down 33%. You know, it can certainly bounce 20, 30, even like 40%, but these highs are likely it. I could be wrong, of course, and I'm willing to be wrong, but that's the most likely scenario, is that it kind of just like flops around and zigzags and just slowly continues the downtrend. I think SEDG is probably going to go to 0. That's
0.
Yep.
Jesus.
I know. That's a savage. That's a savage comment.
You got another one.
Let's check it out. And by the way, we futures trade live in the morning. I also send out alerts if you guys can't make it to the live. We got a lot of people with jobs. We traded Palantir, and Palantir also benefits from war. And we were trading this breakout right over here, 135. Took profits yesterday morning right at 144, the all-time highs.
Oh shit!
So that was a really good move on Palantir. Palantir, I'd be neutral / bullish moving forward.
Yo, are you seeing this shit? Like, so check this out, man. In ChatGPT, it'll give you charts. Yeah, you can show the screen. It makes. Did you know that? That's like I've never seen that before.
I haven't seen it populate a chart.
Bro, it's cool. Dynamic and it's like legit. You know what I'm saying? So this is Lockheed Martin year to date. You know what I'm saying? That's great. I've never seen it before. Right?
That's beautiful. We'll have to wrangle that for a bit.
Yeah. And then we got what is this RTX?
Yep.
Got a year to date. They gave me some other ones, Palo Alto. So it was up 2% today.
Yep.
And then year to date, you see it's up 11% last. Yeah. It
looks like a Robinhood chart.
Don't it? Yeah. And then this Exxon. Exxon was up pretty big earlier today. But it's man, this month is upset. Yo, Exxon, man, it's just banging.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like a double bottom pattern where you see it kind of make that low, tries to make a new low. If it can't make a new low, that's kind of the formation of a double bottom. Then when it breaks the peak, boom, it can start to bounce. Let me show you what I'm talking about here real quick. But here's the low. Here it tries to make a lower low. It starts to break out of the trough over here, and then boom, you get a nice good squeeze.
Come on, man.
An entry point. That's a trade setup, a swing trade setup. A simple one.
Listen, guys, if you want to make some money with us during war or peace, all right, you got to join Victory Trades. Go in our Discord, hit up Greg. Young Camps should be like, yo, Greg, I want to join Victory Trades. And it'll point you in the right direction. You get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone, and you can trade with us every morning. Like, we have a good time. We in there with the homies, and I trade futures. We show you how to trade futures with with prop firms, because I don't even trade with my own money. I made 20 grand today, and I ain't even trade my own money. You know what I'm saying?
That's so badass. And tomorrow I'm going to be live twice. I'm going to be live in the morning, and I'm going to be live for FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Got a double tomorrow. But I got to get going. Thanks for having me on,
All right,
Brandon.
man, no problem.
Let's go get it. Peace out.
For sure. Peace. We got a super chat. We got Leonardo got a super chat for the boy.
We have Leo. Yo, Unc, as a colored man who had to go throughout discrimination, what do you suggest we sand dudes do to minimize this?
Sand? Oh, man. You saying, listen. So Leonardo, man, he said he's a sand person. You know what I'm saying? So he sounds like he's from the Middle East. I ain't even know that. So Nima, man, what do you listen, man? You might. I think that's a Nima might have to like shed some light on this.
I mean, this needs to be decoded though first.
Been through mad discrimination. I don't know what.
Where does he live though?
Yeah, man. Where do you live?
What type of discrimination?
What kind of discrimination? Yeah, we need more
context.
We need more context, brother. You know what I'm saying? We need more context, man. I don't know if I know enough. I don't think I got enough information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, have you dealt with a lot of discrimination, man, since you've been in America?
No.
Nah.
Zero.
Yeah. People probably come to you speaking Spanish.
That happens all the time.
Oh, that happens all the time.
But that's not discrimination. But
I
mean, maybe it's because it's Miami, but I haven't in the last 8 years.
Man, a lot of people brown here. A lot of people brown. I'm more of a golden, like a toasted gold. Is like if I was a Crayola color, it'd be toasted gold. What else? I think we got another super chat.
We have Julian. Hey man, would appreciate a video on how you break down a business financials to evaluate. I know it varies by industry market, but still not legal advice, but what doc are usually needed. Thanks.
All right, so he wants me to a video on how to break down business financials to evaluate it. You mean for like investing or like a stock, or does he mean like a business I want to invest in, or business I'm just looking at?
Questions today are ready.
Julian, yeah, I'm assuming, I'm just going to assume he means for a stock. Yeah, I'm assuming he means for the market, right? So the type of shit I would do, man. Like it's different now that we got AI. So I would just be like, yo, man, I could literally just go, let's say I'm interested in Lockheed Martin, right? I could just go, boom. Yo, man, break down give me, I can, yeah. We'll go break down the fundamental analysis of LMT. You already know because I'm in there, right? Boom. But you can break down the whole shit, give it a second. And I love it. I love how it is putting the charts in it. That's like new shit that it'll do, right? Lockheed Martin. But now it's telling me the revenue, boom, breaking everything. That's really just breaking everything down. profit margins, net margins, trailing 10. Like it really breaks the whole shit down, man. PE ratio is just something it's important. Well, it depends, man. Balance sheets, cash flow. This is dope that you can do this with AI, man. You know what I'm saying? It's different that you can do this with AI, right? And then if let's say you don't understand this shit. Oh, wait a minute. Use ChatGPT for every search. Oh, download Chrome extension. What?
It's not efficient because the way Google is different from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Yeah. Anyway. And you could just break that. You got to know what you're looking for, though, right? You got to know what PE ratio means and all the shit. Profit ratio means. It's too much to go into right now. But yeah, AI will do that shit for you now. Like it was before I would go on like Yahoo Finance or Morningstar, you know. But a real simple way to do it is just go to Morningstar and just see what the fair value is. That's what Greg does, you know. And they do all the work for you and break it down. All right. What else we got?
Leo said, yes, I'm Middle Western, but live in America. Just thought the war might have us look bad.
Oh, you know, man, listen, just say you Persian, man, when people ask, you know, just nobody knows what that means. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like, I remember the first time I heard that this girl said, oh, I'm Persian. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I had to Google it. It was like a long time ago. I was like, bitch, that ain't a place anymore. So you could just say that, man. That's what I would do. Or learn Spanish, man. And like, here's what you do, man. If it should get real hot, for this, all my Middle Eastern brothers, learn Spanish. And then get your eyebrows lined up like a Dominican or a Puerto Rican, dude. And just lay low till the shit is over. change your name. Just start telling people to call you Hector or some shit. Motherfucking, they only got like 7 names, man, right? So like Hector, Juan. Jesus. I pretty much covered it, right? Julio. You got Julio. You can't forget Julio. Man, I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Jose, obviously.
You're missing a lot. All right, we have another one.
There's only like a lot. There's only like 5 more names.
The creative ones, the ones that people can't even pronounce.
Like what? Give me one.
Male or female?
You pick.
Well, Antonio is very popular.
Antonio. Yo, who the fuck is Antonio, huh?
That's my dad's
name. Who the fuck?
All right, we have another. We got another.
I'm gonna verify that after this.
No, listen, that is fine. We can call Antonio.
I'm gonna verify that is. Mira. Padre. ¿Dónde está Antonio?
We have that thing. He just joined HTT.
All right.
Start a marketing agency instead and love it. You're a G teaching SM, but I started a business page instead of keeping the personal. Can I still be a G in the gym with B-roll about marketing? I do talking head.
You're talking head video. Okay, wait a minute. There's a lot to unpack here. All right. Wait a minute. Read this again because I like lost focus.
Okay, so he joined HTT.
Yeah, had to get
trained. Started a marketing agency instead, and he loves it.
He started a marketing agency.
Started a marketing agency instead and love it.
Got it. Okay.
Now you're a G teaching SM.
Social media man. Okay, social media. Okay.
You're a G, so that's a compliment. But he started a business page instead of keeping the personal one. You usually tell them to keep the personal one. Don't start a new one.
I do. Yeah, starting a new page is a nightmare.
Now, can this dude still be a G in the gym with just B-roll about marketing?
It's just right there.
That's where he lost me. Like that, like it's that sentence. That's like that's the sentence. That's just like, the fuck does this mean? Right? I was following, not closely. Like up until then, like he was getting, like I was following, and then, but he was kind of losing me. He hit some sharp turns, but I felt like I could still see it. And then he lost me on that one. That one, it's like, oh, guys, we lost him. Yeah.
I think he wants to do both. I think he's asking, can he still be in the gym with B-roll about marketing? So can he still?
What does that mean? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Gym stuff and B-roll about marketing. Can he post both?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You know what? I figured it out. Yo, and the answer is yes. Nah, I get it now. It just took me a second. It took me a second to like put it together. You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of like a puzzle. And I found the piece and I'm like, oh, and I turned it around. Okay, I got it. Boom. I saw the full picture. The answer is yes. You can do that. You good. You good, man. I like it. I like where your head is at, brother. Let's go. Let's get it.
All done. But we have a bunch of chats just giving out names. We got Pedro. We have Manuela.
Pedro. Oh yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Is Riley?
That's a Dominican name?
No.
Or Puerto Rican name.
Ubelikis is. That's
a Dominican name. There's motherfuckers with that. There's humans. There's humans with that name.
Yeah, you should ask ChatGPT actually and have her say it in a Dominican accent.
All right, real quick, man. This is a little off topic. This ain't got nothing to do with the war or anything, but I just got to get to the bottom of this shit, man. Give me a list of the most popular Dominican names for men and women, but say it in the voice of a crazy old Latina lady.
Oh, mijo, let me tell you about the most popular Dominican names, okay? For the boys, we have Jose, Juan, Carlos, and Miguel. And for the girls, we have Maria, Ana, Rosa, and Juana. Ay, Dios mío, such beautiful names, no? They just roll off the tongue.
Pause.
All right, she needs more culture. All right, so he said... Follow up, B-roll content in the gym with captions on marketing. I do talking head reels.
Yup. No, I get it. No, I got it. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. That shit gonna work, man. Yo, make sure you on the call on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Because I answer everybody's questions on the call. But I think you got it. I think you on the right. I think you on the right track, man. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
And then we have Julian with the follow-up. That was good advice, but I meant I'm going to buy a small business. Can you make a video? Not legal advice, but what's the legal documentation?
All right, just read that for me one more time. Just one more time. Go ahead. I got it this time.
All right. So his original question, his original chat was, hey man, would appreciate a video how you can break down a business financials to value it. Yeah. I know it varies by industry, market. Not legal advice, but what documentations are usually needed.
Okay.
And he meant to buy a small business. Can you make a video, not legal advice, about what's the legal documentation that's needed to buy a small business?
No, I got it. No, that made more sense. You know, I never bought no one else's business. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to bullshit you, Juan.
Julian.
You know what I'm saying? Dios mío. You know what I'm saying? Julian. I don't want to bullshit you, man. I ain't never bought a business. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if you, I'm assuming you about to buy a bodega or like, or maybe like a plantain farm, something of that nature, you know, which are good businesses. My cousin used to run a bodega on 110th Street, Spanish Harlem, you know, and I never bought a business. I'm not the best person to ask on that. Honestly, I never bought a business. I never sold a business, right? I did. Yeah, I did have an exit once. I did have an exit, and they were like, they just looked at the books, you know. They just looked at the. As a matter of fact, they was looking at like just the profit loss statement, you know, shit like that, taxes. Yeah, it wasn't like no big involved. It wasn't like a crazy involved process, you know. Like they just looked at P&Ls. Honestly, man, that's all they really gave a fuck about was P&Ls, and like, you know, they wanted to own the trademarks and shit like that, you know. Yeah, but can I make a video on it? I'll look into it. I'll look into it, but I don't even know if I'm the best person for that, you know. Honestly, straight up, I don't have a whole lot of experience in that regard, you know. All right, but good luck, man. Good luck on that, man. Julian. Y Combinator, they be talking about that shit. They be talking about how to evaluate that shit. Hey guys, we know there's a war in the Middle East, as usual. These motherfuckers been fighting my whole life, and they ain't gonna stop. All right, so there's a war in the Middle East, but there's also, you got a war. You fighting the war against mediocrity. You fighting your own personal war against poverty, against being a regular nigga. And I'm about to give you the cheat code, the nuclear weapon to win that war, in a segment we like to call Habits of a Winner. I take over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day. And I think you should take more caffeine. Whatever amount of caffeine you're taking, it's not enough. Because caffeine is a caffeine has been proven to improve cognitive performance, improve physical performance, improve your health, give you superhuman strength, and help you burn fat. Now, a lot of people may be hearing me say I take 1,000 milligrams of caffeine, and they think that's excessive. Hey, you don't have to take as much as me. You probably can't do fucking anything I do. I do all types of shit you can't do, but you need to take more than you're taking now. And 1,000 is not that excessive. People start tripping when I say that shit, but let me introduce you to someone y'all might know, my favorite white science man, Andrew Huberman. All right, let's see what he's got to say about it. How much caffeine does he take?
Consume about 800 milligrams of caffeine a day. I drink, I'm half Argentine,
damn,
so
you
I
a damn
drink
fucking firefly.
yerba mate.
Oh,
A
yeah.
cold brew, zero sugar yerba mate, or I drink yerba mate out the gourd. If you're going to drink,
I don't know what a gourd is, but whatever. You listen, Huberman, everyone's favorite white science man. Oh, he's Argentinian. We just learned that he's from Argentina. They kind of white, but he takes 800 milligrams of caffeine a day. I heard that shit. I was like, man, fucking rookie numbers. Rookie numbers. I take over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, at least. Now, I'm not telling you that you should take that much today. You don't want to start with 1,000 milligrams. I had to work my way up to that, right? And you should start working your way up to that too, right? Caffeine is a super drug. It is a super drug. So first of all, let's talk about caffeine will help you burn fat. Here's a study in the journal. Let me accept the cookies, right? This is in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition. 2 ofs in one title. I didn't like that at all. I didn't even like saying that. Anyway, but this study shows caffeine increases maximal fat oxidation during a graded exercise test, right? Now, here's the thing. What's fat oxidation? Well, fat loss is a 2-part process. It's oxidation and lipolysis, right? Lipolysis is when your fat cells are broken down into fatty acids, right? And oxidation is when your body uses those fatty acids for energy, right? This is one of the reasons why you have more energy when you take caffeine. Getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? Right. Right. So it's going to help you with fat loss, right? But that's not the only reason it'll help you with fat loss, right? Those of you guys, a lot of you guys, you have cravings. You want to eat candies and cake like a child or a woman. And you're like, damn, how can I stop eating all these candies and cakes and sweets? Motherfuckers want a tasty treat in your mouth, right? How can you have less of that, right? Well, here's the thing. Caffeine is a potent appetite suppressant. So when you're taking caffeine, when you're high off the caffeine, because there is a high, you won't be as hungry, right? So it'll be easier for you to not put a tasty treat in your mouth like your mama. She can't help herself. She gets one of them caramel treats. How she not gonna put her mouth on it, man? But you need to restrain yourself. All right, let's get serious. Okay, so it'll help you with fat loss, right? And again, you don't have to start with 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day. In fact, some of you might be thinking 1,000 milligrams of caffeine is going to kill you, right? It won't. You need a lot more caffeine to kill you. You need about 10,000 milligrams of caffeine to kill you, right? That's the lethal dose, right? So 1,000 milligrams, nothing. Not a big deal. You don't want to start there. Again, I've been basically abusing caffeine since I was 16 years old. I used to take this shit called Rip Fuel before basketball games. It's one of the reasons why I led the league in fouls. And I think I still have the school record for ejections in the season. I was like a young Draymond Green. All right. And anyway, so caffeine will help you burn fat by improving fat oxidation, and suppressing your hunger. But here's the thing. Caffeine also improves your mood. You know, this is Men's Mental Health Month. You know what I'm saying? Men's Mental Health Month. And it's also Pride Month. That's for the fellas too, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what some of the, so it's all about the boys this month, you know? And but caffeine will help you with your mood. Don't believe me? Here's a study, bitch. All right. There's a study how caffeine can improve mental health and psychiatric disorders, right? So one of the reasons that works is when you get caffeine, especially when you take a lot of caffeine, it floods your body with dopamine, right? But it also increases the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors, right? So you get more dopamine, but you also feel the dopamine more. Caffeine is fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I'm on it right now. I took 300 milligrams right before this. That's why we're all enjoying this video so much. Right. Y'all never seen me. Never seen me over the last 12 years on less than 300 milligrams of caffeine. Every time I fire up my camera, I take a pre-workout. Every time, 12 years straight. I take it before work. It is not even just pre-workout for me. It's pre-work. Before a meeting, a speech, whatever I'm doing, I'll take some pre-workout before it. And man, not only does it improve my performance, but it makes it more fun because it increases your mood. It lifts your mood, it increases your dopamine levels, and it increases the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors. So you feel it more, you know? Here's the thing. Here's a quick pro tip. Take a pre-workout before you have intercourse, vaginal intercourses. That's the only one I can speak from. That's the only intercourse I have experience with. But if you haven't taken pre-workout before vaginal intercourse, then you're basically a virgin. You ain't had real sex. Because it's going to improves your mood and you'll burn more fat while you hitting that thing. Right? But here's another reason why you should take a pre-workout before intercourse. Because, hold up. Oh, fuck, I thought I had it. Hold on. Let me find this, right? And okay, hold on. One second. Here's a study that shows that caffeine improves physical performance, right? So when you in that, so listen, if you haven't been taking pre-workout before sex, you ain't been giving your girl the best you can do. You ain't been giving her the most. You've been half-assing it. That's why she's been cheating on you. In fact, caffeine will improve performance so much that if you take too much caffeine, you get disqualified from the Olympics, right? How much is it? That's how you know it works. Anything that's going to get you disqualified from the Olympics has to improve performance, right? How much caffeine? How much? You know what? I just asked. How much caffeine do I have to take to get? I'll just type it. Gets you disqualified from the Olympics. Let's see it, right? Yeah. No. I don't know. It was formerly a banned substance in the Olympics. We might have to edit that part out. But caffeine will help improve performance. There's tons of studies that show that caffeine improves exercise performance, right? But that's not all, man. That's not all. A lot of people think it's bad for you. Caffeine also improves cognitive performance, right? It's a nootropic. It's a potent nootropic, right? So here's a study. It shows the effects on cognitive performance, mood, and alertness. This is in sleep-deprived humans, right? So let's, if you ain't got enough sleep, man, get some caffeine. It's going to help you out a lot. But let's say you did get enough sleep. Will it still help you? Well, according to Harvard School of Medicine, it would. Oh fuck, man! Nobody trying to sell me some shit. Harvard Medicine School. Boom. Caffeine and a healthy diet may boost memory, thinking skills. Right. So the reason you get a quick wake up call from chugging a cup of coffee. What white man wrote this? Right, has to do with the way caffeine tricks your brain. Not only is caffeine a brain stimulant, but it also blocks receptors for a chemical called adenosine, which normally prevents the release of, what's this word? Excitatory brain chemicals. With adenosine out of the way, these brain sparking chemicals can flow more freely, giving you a surge of energy and potentially improving mental performance and slowing age-related mental decline. Come on, man. It's a super drug. People say, oh, you take too much caffeine. Man, the only problem with taking too much caffeine, it's addictive, right? But it's also cheap. So who gives a fuck? Right? If you too poor, caffeine is cheap as dirt, literally cheap as dirt. Like if you went to Home Depot and bought like a bag of dirt, it would be cheaper than, it would be like the same buying a fucking box of caffeine powder or bag of caffeine powder would be like just as much. It's literally cheap as dirt. All right. So don't worry about it. But it's going to improve. It's going to improve your brain performance, your cognitive performance. Right. You need to take more caffeine. That's not it. That's not it though. Here's another study. Caffeine is a cognitive enhancer. Yeah, man. Caffeine facilitates performance in tasks involving working memory to a limited extent, right? Come on, man. There's a whole article about it, man. There's tons of studies about it, but that's not it. Here's the thing. You may be thinking, man, what about your long-term health? Boom. Several studies have shown that coffee drinkers tend to live longer than those who abstain from it. Here's a study published in the European Journal of some shit. I don't want to read. Oh, damn. It won't. The link was broke. That's gay. All right. All right. But there's another study from an American university. Stanford University found that caffeines may counter age-related inflammation, right? And slow the aging process. Caffeine may counter age-related inflammation. Is from Stanford University, good American college, right? And right, this shit is good for you. You need to take more caffeine. So what does that look like? Well, I'm gonna tell you what it looks like for me. You guys gotta assess your tolerance. I wake up. I know you see other guys with their morning routines. My homie Ashton Hall, he's doing all this shit. I was like, where's the caffeine, brother? Where's the caffeine? But he left a lot of stuff out. Like Ashton don't even urinate till noon. You know what I'm saying? He left everything out, right? I wake up and I don't take caffeine immediately. I used to take caffeine immediately, but I heard that because it blocks adenosine, right? You still have adenosine in your brain when you wake up from sleep, right? Adenosine is a chemical that makes you tired. And if you take caffeine as soon as you wake up, it blocks the adenosine, but it doesn't allow it to clear out of your system. So that's why sometimes people get tired in the middle of the day if they start the day off with coffee, right? So what Huberman said, the homie Huberman, he said to wait 90 minutes after you wake up to take caffeine. Yeah, fuck that. I wait about 20 to 30 minutes and then I chug a pre-workout. About 300 milligrams of caffeine. pre-workout. I don't have no favorite brand. I guess if I have to shout out one, I'm gonna shout out the shit called Woke AF by a company called Bucked Up, but that's only because those are my homies who own that company, right? But I'll drink some other pre-workout. As long as it got 300 milligrams of caffeine, at least I'm in good shape. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then I get in the shower and I shave and I do all that shit. Then I have my next meetings at around 8. Sometimes I'll take another pre-workout around 8. Or sometimes, well, what is she writing? What does she want? Oh, never mind. Sometimes I'll take another pre-workout around 8. Sometimes I won't. Right? I'll wake up around 5 or 6 a.m. Right? Depends on how I feel. Right. But I'll definitely take another pre-workout by around 11. I'm taking another pre-workout, whether I work out or not. Is the thing. It's for me, it's pre anything. Then I'll probably have another pre-workout around 3. Or maybe I'll extend it to 5, around sometime between 3 and 6 p.m. when I have my third pre-workout. Yeah, so the first one is around 5 or 6 a.m. Somewhere between 5 and 7 a.m. depending on when I wake up, right? The next one is between 8 and 12, somewhere in between 8 and 12, depending on I feel. And the third one is between 3 and 6, depending on how the day's going. Right. And that gives me about 900 milligrams of caffeine per day. But I'll probably go over that because sometimes I'll take a shot of espresso, which has about 70 milligrams of caffeine. I'll take a few shots of espresso every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always pre-workout. Sometimes I'll drink protein shakes and I mix it with like 4 shots of espresso. How much protein? How much is that again? How much caffeine is in 4 shots of espresso?
That's a lot of caffeine. 4 shots of espresso can have anywhere from 240 to 400 milligrams. The exact amount depends on the beans and how it's brewed. Do you have any plans for all that energy?
Motherfucking right I do, bitch. I plan on flexing on the haters and stunning on the hoes all day, every day. That's my plan. Anyway, yeah, so sometimes I take it like that, you know. But listen, man, you need more caffeine. You can't be sitting around here tired. If you're tired, you might as well be retired. You can't compete with the motherfucker who's out here doped up on caffeine, man. You just can't compete with him. There's no way. There's no way. All right. Now, here's the thing. Some of y'all the only real negative, some people start fucking panicking and tripping and shit. If they take too much caffeine, they get too anxious. Assess your tolerance. You might not need over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. I had to work my way up to that. I had to pump those numbers up. You might have to start on half a pre-workout, right? Half a scoop, maybe 1 shot of espresso. Figure it out, man. You need more caffeine. It's going to help you burn fat. It's going to improve your mood. It's going to improve cognitive function, and it's going to improve mental performance. And if you have not had sex on pre-workout, you are a virgin. All right. None of those bodies count because you ain't really did it. You ain't really did it. Here's the thing, especially if you take pre-workout, because a lot of times pre-workouts will have something called citrulline. Citrulline is what gives you that pump in the gym, right? It's a vasodilator, right? It increases blood flow, right? You know what else increases blood flow? You know what you need blood flow, right? You know what you need blood flow for, right? That's right. Erections. Right? If your blood is pumping more, you're gonna have more blood flow to your wiener. Yeah. Take pre-workout before sex. Your girl would thank you. Now, some of you motherfuckers would be like, oh man, maybe I should take pre-workout before I goon. No, motherfucker. You should not be out here gooning for recreation. It's not something you want to be better at. All right. But you need to have it before intercourse. All right. And before work. Any kind of work. If you're going to write a book report, if you're going to study, take pre-workout before you study, man. I'm telling you, man. It's going to make it more fun and you're going to do better. And it improves memory. I'm telling you, man. Caffeine. All right. And if you want more advice on how to burn fat, I got a video to show you. You can watch right after this. All right. Cool. All right. We got any more? Oh, shit. We got way more time than I thought. Yo, are y'all taking caffeine, man? Y'all got to take more caffeine. If you're not taking caffeine, you fucking tripping, bro. All right, guys, type in the comments. How much caffeine do you take per day? I want to see. How much. Whatever it is probably not enough. You got to take more caffeine. While they're waiting on that, Nima, remember that muscle building video we made? Video on how to build muscle like last week. Extreme ways to build muscle. Yeah. I left something out. All right. Can you while I look this thing? Can you read what they say? Read what they saying, man.
You talking to me or to Nima?
You could do it.
All right. So we got Brian with 500. Jeremiah, I'm sure it's supposed to say Jeremiah, maybe. Mm-hmm. Jeremiah drinks around 400. Electro Insights, 1.5 cups. Gary Hunt, 700 to 800. Dr. JH3 says 1 cup of green tea.
Oh, that. Come on, you gotta set the numbers up, man. You ain't taking enough caffeine. What'd you say? Come on, man. It's rookie numbers. What else we got? Is that it?
Michael, 6 to 8 cups of coffee.
Oh, okay. That's all right. He's getting there. Coffee doesn't have a whole lot of caffeine, man. I mean, it does. How much caffeine is the average cup of coffee?
Julian says he's never taken caffeine. The last time he had coffee was when he went on a date.
Bro, that was probably the last date you've been on, man, because you ain't taking enough caffeine. That shit was probably years ago, Julian. You got to step the game up. What up? What else we got? Is that it? All right, cool. Listen, so here's something I forgot to add in the last video last week. This is a cheat code for building muscle. Let's put it, just run habits of a winner so they can see, man. You got to add this to that other video. All right, guys. Cheat code for building muscle. This is a cheat code supplement for building muscle. All right. You got to take either Cialis or Viagra. Huh? Yeah, Cialis or Viagra. Here's this chicken. So tadalafil, this is Cialis, right? Improves lean mass, right? And there's tons of studies that showed that it actually helps you build lean mass, right? Why? Because there's a few reasons. One, because it enhances blood flow. It enhances blood flow. It's a vasodilator, right? So it increases the pump, right? And there's tons of studies that show this. It also improves nutrient delivery, right? Part of the blood flow, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. It also increases protein synthesis, right? Basically how your body uses protein to synthesize it into muscle, right? Yo, Cialis is a cheat code for building muscle. Now, you can also take Viagra, right? The thing is, Viagra has a smaller half-life. Viagra only lasts for a few hours, right? But there's studies that show that Synafil, I might be saying it wrong, but this is the generic name for Viagra. But this is a study that shows it increases muscle protein synthesis and reduces muscle fatigue. Now, here's the thing, man. It reduces muscle fatigue and increases protein synthesis. Yo, man, I've been taking Cialis every day for almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. Even before I was on TRT, because for this reason, it helps you build muscle. Like, it legit helps you build muscle. And there's tons of research on this, right? Now, I prefer Cialis because you just take it once a day and it works all day. And Viagra makes my nose run. I don't know why. It gives me a runny nose. I can't explain it, right? But Cialis, you need to start taking Cialis. You'll build more muscle. There's tons of studies. Let me see if I can find another study to verify this. Hold on, give me a second. I just want to find a good study on it. Okay, I think this is one. Oh, give me 1 second. This is not a study. This is an article. I wanted a study on this shit. Okay, cool. So here's a study from the the National Institute of Health. The daily Cialis improves lean mass in individuals. Let's burn on it. Boom. Oh, that was the same study. Was that the same study? All right, I couldn't find another one. If I had more time, I would have found another one. Right, but yo, Cialis, bro, I'm telling you, you'll have a better pump in the gym, and it improves protein synthesis. Now, some people may be thinking, man, if I take Cialis, I'm gonna walk around with an erection all day. No, it doesn't work like that, weirdo. You have to be aroused, right? So if you're not aroused, it won't work, right? It doesn't just make it hard. You have to be aroused, right? So men who take Cialis or Viagra, and they you can still have a low libido. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't increase libido, right? It just increases blood flow, right? So keep that in mind. So you should, honestly, if you're serious about building as much muscle as possible, you need to be taking Cialis every day. Every day. I've been taking it for years. You know what I'm saying? Just for this reason. All right. I think we got a super chat.
We have Eric. How do you fall asleep after taking all that you do?
Like a G. I fall asleep like a G, man. I fall asleep so well. But I talked about my sleep stack. I take some supplements to help me go to sleep. One, magnesium before bed. Also, what's that other shit? Sometimes I'll take Unison before sleep. Right. There's this sleep tea. I forget the name of the fucking sleep tea. Right. But yo, babe, you remember that shit? You know the name of that shit? She's running to get it. I can tell. She'll tell you in a minute what the sleep tea is called. Right. But honestly, Unison is probably the main thing that helps me go to sleep. You know?
It's the Yogi sleep tea.
Yogi sleep tea. I learned that shit from Tim Ferriss. Yeah, man. And also, I go so hard each day, man, that I exhaust myself. So I'm good, Like I fall asleep, according to my Oura Ring, I fall asleep in less than 5 minutes almost every night. So I don't really be having a problem with that. All right. Hey guys. Just so you know, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I'm doing a live training where I'll show you how to grow your online fitness business. Even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a big following, right? I'm gonna break down exactly how to grow your online fitness business, right? From start to finish, show you how to build your following, right? Show you how to grow your social media online and how to get clients, right? But most importantly, how to train those clients so they get amazing results. That is tomorrow at 8 p.m. and it's free. And I'm just going to be live. I'm going to answer all your questions. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be fantastic. It's the first link in the description. All right. Well, listen, guys, we're going to get up out of here. I got to get up out of here a little earlier today. All right. But yo, let's get it, man. I'll holler at y'all. See y'all tomorrow at 8 p.m.